Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Sports Stove Draft Show on the Sports Stove Media Network. Make sure you subscribe to the Sports Stove YouTube channels. Follow us on the podcast, the Sports Stove Football Show podcast, wherever you get your podcast, and find us at Sports Stove on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Today's episode presented by Righteous Felon Jerky. Do you like teriyaki stuff, flavored stuff? Well, Righteous Felon has this great flavor called Teriyaki Balboa. Phenomenal teriyaki barbecue flavor there for you. Check it out at righteousfelon.com. The promo code is STOVE15. My favorite flavor, bootleg and barbecue, without a doubt. If you like something sweet, they got a Bourbon Franklin. Very, very tasty. If you like something hot, the Habanero Escobar. Whew, it kicks. And if you like something just, nice, level playing field, the OG Hickory is pretty solid too. So check it out, righteousfelon.com, promo code STOVE15. Get you 15% off your purchase. All right, today we continue our draft coverage, previewing different teams. Last episode, we looked at 3 teams picking 6, 7, and 8. Today, we look at 9, 10, and 11. That's the Kansas City Chiefs, the Cincinnati Bengals, and the Miami Dolphins. Are you kidding me? We're talking about top 10 picks for the Chiefs and the Bengals. And the Dolphins, maybe we kind of saw this coming. If you listen to any of our content throughout the year, tried to tell you that Tua wasn't the answer and that the Dolphins were going to fail. They did. But the Chiefs and the Bengals, barring injury, which was what happened with Joe Burrow, we didn't see that one happening. And here they sit, top 10 picks for them. So let's kick things off with the Kansas City Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes coming off the injury. What will that look like next year? We will see. Top needs for Kansas City right now. I've got it as running back, edge, tight end, offensive tackle, specifically on the right side, and defensive line. The Chiefs have picks in the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and they've got 2 in the 5th round this year. So what can they do draft-wise to improve their team? Looking at their roster, the wide receivers, I don't hate what they currently have. Can they get better? Sure. Can they stay out of legal trouble? Probably not. We'll keep an eye on those kinds of things. But don't forget, they drafted Jalen Royals in the 4th round last year. Love that pick. So I don't think they'll be looking in the draft to add to the wide receiver room. On the offensive line, they drafted Josh Simmons last year. That's worked out well. Trey Smith at the right guard is good. Creed Humphrey's fine at center. And they're okay at left guard and right tackle, but they can definitely get better at those spots. Tight end's the big question mark, right? Travis Kelce, will he retire? It sure looks like he needs to. So we'll figure that out, but tight end is a need either way. And then running back, they've made do with Pacheco and Kareem Hunt in the past, but it's time to get somebody in there that can do the job there for them. On the defensive side of the ball, I say they need an edge rusher. George Karlaftis has been great. They drafted a guy last year in the 3rd round, but they need more help. Mike Dana over there on the right side. They need an edge rusher opposite of Karlaftis. And then Chris Jones is still great, but Tillery, Omar Norman Lott, are they the answer? We'll see. Linebackers are good. Benito obviously is very good. They drafted Jeffrey Bossa last year in the 5th round, who I actually like there, and they have Drew Tranquill also. And then cornerback, they could definitely use some improvement there also, but Trent McDuffie looking good out there. When we look at this team picking at number 9, Kansas City, the obvious answer is Jeremiah Love if he's there. If Jeremiah Love is not picked by Washington or Arizona or Tennessee's a sneaky team for Jeremiah Love. But if he's not drafted yet, the Saints, the Chiefs have to take him at number 9. They cannot let him get by them at number 9. So that's the obvious answer at number 9. If he's not there, then you're looking at edge rusher. But again, my philosophy on edge rushers this year, if you can get the top 2 guys, and my top 2 guys are Reuben Bain and David Bailey, then boom, you're in, take them. But at number 9, you're looking at a Keldrick Falk, a Cassius Howell, a TJ Parker, a Mateo Ugalele. No, not at number 9. I don't like that. I don't like that at all at number 9. So I don't think edge rusher is going to be a possibility there at number 9 for Kansas City. So then we're looking at other options, right? Let's say that Jeremiah Love's off the board. Let's say that those top 2 edge rushers are off the board. If they're not off the board by 9, that's nuts. But they will be. Tight end. I'm not taking Kenyon Sadiq at 9. I don't understand. People are all in on this Kenyon Sadiq thing. I like him at 15 to Tampa. I do not like him at number 9, but maybe they go him there. Offensive tackle. Now we're talking. Spencer Fano could be available at number 9. Francis Mauigoa, I don't think he'll be here at 9, but maybe he is. If those 2 guys are sitting there at 9, offensive tackle, that shores you up on the offensive line. I like that. I'm just not sure if they'll be there. I think Fano will be there at 9. So there's your option there. And then defensive line. We talked about this in our last episode with the Saints as well. Peter Woods, if he's there, again, this shores you up. If you have Chris Jones and Peter Woods, you're set. But they did spend a second rounder last year on Omar Norman Lott. I don't know that they want to spend a first rounder on defensive line this year. I like Caleb Banks. Actually, I love his fit here in Kansas City as well. I just don't know that that's where Kansas City wants to go. I think it would be a good pick. So I'm looking at offensive linemen or running back here for Kansas City. Jeremiah Love, if he's there. If he's not, give me Fano. I like Mauigoa first. I think he's gone by this point. If Mauigoa is there, take him. If not, then take Spencer Fano there for Kansas City. All right, let's move to the Cincinnati Bengals. And oh my goodness, I mean, when you look at Cincinnati, I said this about Cleveland. I said Cleveland should go all in on offense in the draft. They shouldn't spend a single draft pick on defense. They should strictly just go to offense. And for the Bengals, I would say the exact opposite. They should not spend a single draft pick on offense in this draft. They should spend every single pick that they have on defense in this draft, because you look at the offense, you got Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, and I always say it wrong. It doesn't matter. The other receiver there in Cincinnati. Yes, they could use help on the offensive line. They've got Orlando Brown. They've got Dylan Fairchild, Karras, Reisner. They've got guys there. They haven't been perfect, but and Mims. They haven't been perfect, but they're there. Tight end, again, Gesicki, fine. Noah Fant, I think they have to re-sign him, but fine. Running back is definitely a need. So for the Bengals, I have edge, safety, defensive line, offensive tackle, and cornerback as their biggest needs. Chase Brown is fine, but not perfect. I would rather see if Jeremiah Love is there. It is what it is. So at the end of the day, we've got to figure out what are the Bengals going to do. What they need to do, though, is defense. So edge rusher, I don't love the options at edge rusher. Keldrick Falk here is going to be here at 10. Man, if they could get so lucky and have a David Bailey or a Reuben Payne here, Christmas time in April for the Bengals. I don't see it happening. Could the Bengals move up a few picks? Could they make a trade with the Commanders and go up and get an edge rusher? Probably not. But, those are the kind of things that you're looking at there as well. So if the edge rusher is not a great option here for them at 10, because I don't think Keldrick Falk, I'd like to see Falk maybe in the 12 range to the Cowboys or the 14 range to the Ravens. Makes me feel better about him. I don't see him as a top 10 pick. Bengals need safety. So Caleb Downs, obvious, connection there of being an Ohio State kid and all those kinds of things. Everybody loves mocking Caleb Downs to the Bengals. I don't think Caleb Downs is going to be there at 10 to the Bengals. And there's obviously no other safety available at that point. Defensive line. This is where your value comes in. We talked about it with the Saints and the Chiefs. Can you get a Peter Woods here at 10? That's awesome value for Peter Woods. Caleb Banks, I think, is a great pick here at 10 as well. Maybe you go the Ohio State route with Caden McDonald. But at the end of the day, I think if Peter Woods is there, snag him. If Caleb Banks is there, snag him. I'm not as big on McDonald as some people. Maybe an Amari Washington rises up the board, although I heard he might be going back. I need to check on that. Either way, Cincinnati, there could be value there. And then cornerback is number 10 is where you're kind of hitting that prime spot for cornerback too. Who's your favorite cornerback? Is it Jermod McCoy from Tennessee, even though he never played a snap there? Is it why am I blanking? Oh my goodness, this is ridiculous. Mansour Delaney, there you go. From LSU, there he's healthier, he's played more, more snaps, all that kind of stuff too. Either of those two guys at number 10, I think would be a perfect pick for Cincinnati. So I'm going cornerback if I'm Cincinnati at number 10. If Caleb Downs is there, sure, I'm taking him. If Bain or Bailey are there, sure, I'm taking them. But outside of that, Peter Woods would intrigue me, but I think I'm going cornerback here at number 10 for Cincinnati. Cincinnati, by the way, they've got first, second, third, fourth, 2 6s, and a 7 in this year's draft. Okay, let's go to Miami now at number 11. New football coach and Jeff Haley comes over from Green Bay, defensive coordinator. Miami has needs, and they've got a fair amount of them. They have a large need at quarterback that will not be addressed at this pick here at pick number 11. If it is addressed here, that's crazy. Miami, I would be shocked if Miami is not starting Malik Willis at quarterback next season. They've got the Packer GM. They've got a Packer coach, and everything that comes out of Green Bay about Malik Willis, I would be shocked if he is not the quarterback for Miami this year. So let's say the quarterback is taken care of there in Miami. They've got Jalen Waddle still at wide receiver. Hill will be gone. Malik Washington will be there also. They have wide receiver needs at number 11. I love this spot for a wide receiver for the Dolphins. By the way, their biggest needs, cornerback, wide receiver, offensive tackle, quarterback, and edge rusher. They've got a first, a second, 3 third-round picks, a fourth, a fifth, and a 7th-round pick. So with those 3 third-round picks, I think that if you don't get your wide receiver at 11, you're getting one in the 3rd round is where I would go if I'm Miami. I love cornerback here, especially if there's been no cornerbacks taken yet, and you can get Jermod McCoy or Delani there from LSU. I love that at number 11. Wide receiver, Mekhi Lemon, if he's there at number 11, I think that's an awesome spot for him as well. If you're going to help your offense out, those kinds of things going on there. Offensive tackle, Afano's there, and he very well could be a great pick there. I don't love, after you get past Maui Noah and Fano, I don't love a tackle this high. So it's got to be one of those two guys there at number 11. Edge, again, I don't love this spot for an edge. And quarterback, there's no value there either. So I'm going cornerback or wide receiver at 11, looking at a Mekhi Lemon at wide receiver, or either of McCoy or Delon from LSU as your options there at cornerback. If Fano's there, good. They got Austin Jackson and Patrick Paul currently sitting at the tackle spots for him in Miami there. So limited options, really. Like you're talking about Cincinnati and Kansas City, lots of options. I think the Dolphins get a little slimmer. If you go best player available, I don't know. You're getting in a weird spot there at number 11, unless someone great falls to you, questionable spots there. I don't love this spot, actually. I'd rather have down in the 14, 15 range than 11 range in some ways for Miami, just because of the needs that they have and how it falls on the board. Maybe they trade down. Maybe a team moves up. Maybe a Tampa moves up or a Baltimore moves up, something like that. The Lions could be a spot to move up here too, but there's just not a lot to hunt for at number 11. So wide receiver would be the one I think you're looking at as the most opportune spot. If someone really, really wants Mekhi Lemon, but we'll see. I think cornerback or wide receiver. I think cornerback at number 11 is probably the wise move. And then I'm going to go wide receiver in the 3rd round because of how the value falls. 2nd round, I'm probably looking at offensive lineman there in the 2nd round, because when you get to that spot in the 2nd round, by the way, for Kansas City, you're looking at guys, possibly a Jennings Dunker, possibly a Caleb Lomu or an Isaiah World sitting there. If you need an interior guy, which, James Daniels would be the guy you'd replace if you're going to replace an interior, but I think you need to stay on the outside there as well. So there are going to be options out there for Miami in the 2nd round on the offensive line. And then I focus at cornerback and wide receiver in rounds 1 and 3. All right, so there you go. Kansas City, Cincinnati, and Miami, 3 teams who really should not be picking this high, yet here they sit. If you've missed our past episodes, our last episode We covered Browns, Commanders, and Saints. Before that, we had 5 episodes taking one team at a time: Raiders, Jets, Cardinals, Titans, and Giants. So check those out. Past episodes, we've got rankings, we've got draft fits, we've got all kinds of stuff out there for you right now. Follow us on social media at Sports Stove, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Check out our sponsors, Righteous Felon Jerky at righteousfelon.com. Join the flavor revolution. Use the code STOVE15 at checkout. You get 15% off your purchase. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button on YouTube. We'd greatly appreciate that as well. Next episode, we're looking at the next 3 teams: the Cowboys, the Rams, and the Ravens, picking 12, 13, and 14 coming up in our next episode. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you soon.